You wonder what's going on with your garbage pickup? Find out next on Inside St. Lucie. Welcome to Inside St. Lucie, SLC TV's monthly government affairs show. I'm your host, Eric Gill, Communications Director for St. Lucie County. And on today's show, we're going to be talking trash with St. Lucie County Solid Waste Manager Rebecca Olson and Harvey Cotton with Waste Pro. But before we meet our guest, here's some upcoming events and announcements from the Board of County Commissioners. The St. Lucie County Aquarium and Regional History Center have reopened to the public with restrictions to help slow the spread of the COVID-19 virus. For details on the new hours and admission process, visit stlucieco.gov/aquarium. Are you or your business still feeling the economic impact from COVID-19? St. Lucie County has created a website with all the resources available to help you and your local business. Visit recoverstlucie.org for details. Now for the latest updates about all St. Lucie County Commission meetings, workshops, and events, be sure to visit our website at stlucieco.gov and click on our comprehensive calendar. And if you'd like to be added to our press release distribution list, send us an email at pio@stlucieco.org and we'll be happy to include you. We also hope you'll follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at St. Lucie Gov. We're going to take a quick break. Before we do, we're going to check in with the latest economic development stats with another St. Lucie Works. The tourism industry continues to be drastically impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic, with bed tax revenue in April dropping by 35% compared to 2019. Overall building activity decreased by 15% in April compared to March, with 851 permits being submitted. Revenue for that same time frame decreased by 9%, generating $181,448. According to the Florida Realtors Association, the median home sale price in St. Lucie County in April was $244,400, up 6.3% from last year, while condo values increased by 10.9%, with the median price at $238,500. St. Lucie County's unemployment rate in April jumped to 14.2% compared to March's 5.3%. Statewide, the unemployment rate was at 13.3%. Because of COVID-19, there were roughly 36,400 unemployed residents in the region, with the biggest impacts in leisure and hospitality. If you work for a local business looking for skilled or trained labor, be sure to contact the staff at CareerSource as they can assist your company with its recruitment and training needs. And if you're an individual looking for a job, they can help you as well. Visit the CareerSource online at careersourcerc.com or call 1-866-4U2-HIRE. Welcome back to Inside St. Lucie. I'm your host, Eric Gill, and I'm joined by Rebecca Olson, Division Manager for the Solid Waste Division for St. Lucie County. And thanks for coming on the show.
All right, thanks for having me.
Let's start with, a lot of people kind of seen the landfill probably, hopefully, or at least seen the giant mountain between 95 and the Turnpike.
That's right.
Tell people what goes on out there at the Solid Waste Division.
All right, there's actually a lot going on out there between the landfill operations and our recycling programs. We have a wrap campaign where people can drop off plastic bags and bubble wrap. A whole lot of stuff. We've got hazardous waste drop off, and the list can go on and on.
Sure.
But we're actually located on Glades Cutoff Road in Fort Pierce. We're situated right between Midway and the Turnpike. So.
Yeah. Right there at that end where the two cross.
That's correct.
It's actually one of the best places to watch a sunset. I flew the drone there one time as sun was setting in 10 Mile Creek, and it smells a little bad, but it's a beautiful view. Now, I remember a while back, a former solid waste director had said, you can always tell the economy by the inflow of the waste, intake of the waste. And I thought that was interesting.
That is interesting, and that's absolutely true. There is a correlation, and that's because, the more we buy, the more waste we produce. But I think right now we're seeing an influx of waste because a lot of people are staying at home. So they're cleaning out their garages, they're cutting down their trees, they're cleaning out the shed, whatever they can do to get rid of old stuff because they got to be around it all day now.
Sure. And one of the things they have out there at the landfill is the C&D, or construction and demolition. I think that's usually where he gauged like the economy. If there's a lot of C&D garbage, then people are building or renovating, and things are working well. So.
And we are seeing an influx of C&D as
Okay.
well. It looks like a lot of bathroom remodelings are going on.
Don't tell my wife that. She'll get her an idea. Come on.
I think I'm about to do mine too, so we'll see.
But you mentioned people trimming trees and cleaning out the garage. That's at least trimming the trees. We start that messaging early before hurricane season. We're into hurricane season now, and we need to drive that message home, right?
Absolutely. The time to trim your vegetation as trees is not when a storm is on its way. If you're doing it then, it's not going to get picked up in time.
Yeah.
So right now is when you should be trimming vegetation, trimming back trees, and also clearing your yard of anything that can become a missile hazard, like broken lawn furniture, for example.
Yeah, and I think too, even more importantly than missile, is when that vegetation sits there too long, you get these heavy rains, the summer storms that we get, it washes into the swales and can block drainage and cause flooding down the road.
Exactly, and no one wants that.
Yeah, I think that's does more damage than sometimes the idea of projectiles.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Now, I know early on when folks were staying home, there was kind of a Waste Pro, who's our service provider that picks up a lot of garbage, was trying to play catch up because they weren't ready for kind of the demand they had, and they probably had some drivers that may have been out or sick with COVID-19, or at least staying home with family members.
Right. There's everyone has felt the impacts of COVID-19. So we have reduced staff at the landfill sometimes. I know Waste Pro's feeling those effects as well.
Yeah, and so how are they handling, and we're going to have them later on the show to talk more about that, but how's the county handling that?
When we receive a complaint, we do the best we can to address it quickly. A customer's best bet is always to call Waste Pro first, but then they can certainly call us if they're not getting something resolved.
Sure.
I know Waste Pro, they're actively hiring more collection positions, and they also have more equipment out on the streets now. So they're doing what they can.
Absolutely. And we do need to specify, too, because there are different providers. I live in the city limits of Fort Pierce, so I'm serviced by their employees, right? They have their own, I don't think they contract that out. I think it's actually their own employees,
Correct,
right?
yes.
And where does their garbage go? It doesn't go to our landfill, does it?
I don't know.
Okay,
I think it goes to Okeechobee.
Okeechobee, yeah.
Yes.
But we've started taking, if you live outside city limits or in Port St. Lucie, then it is Waste Pro, and all that refuge goes to our landfill.
That's correct,
and
yes.
we're getting garbage from other counties too?
Not garbage, but we do get recycling from Indian River County and Martin County.
Yeah, and that's a good segue into, I know you all have done a good job of increasing the campaign and awareness on recycling efforts. And I've seen some of those comments. People say, I don't know why we recycle because it goes to China and we don't make any money on that. And that's not entirely true, right?
That is not entirely true. Now, it is true that China doesn't take our recycling anymore. And that's only because they've tightened up their restrictions on what they can and can't accept. Now, the good news is we weren't really sending to China before they tightened those restrictions. So up until a couple months ago, I'd say 99% of everything we sold was sold domestically. Now, recently, the cardboard market is flooded in the United States. More and more people are recycling, which is great, but we don't have the capacity to actually recycle it. So right now we're sending export loads of cardboard only to places like India and Indonesia. And we're getting about a comparable price to what we would get if we sold domestically.
Sure. But the cans and tins, I mean, and I know at one point we used to do tours of the recycle. It was a 60,000 square foot facility.
50,000.
And it's pretty amazing when you go in there because you just see all this stuff dumped, and then it goes up on a conveyor belt and sorted and manually and electronically.
Right.
And then the cans, they push them into these weird cubes that almost look like really cool pop art. I mean, one of our commissioners said to me, we need to put these out as public art displays. And I'm thinking, we probably need to clean the debris off of it first.
Right, we don't want it blowing around. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, those cubes are bales, and they weigh anywhere from 1,000 to 2,500 pounds a piece.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we're not doing the public, obviously, because of the COVID-19, but the public tours have been limited, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. But there is a virtual tour on our website.
Yes, there's a virtual tour.
Yeah,
on our website, www.stluciecountyrecycles.com. You can see a virtual tour of the single stream facility as well as the landfill.
And I know when we rolled out the single stream, it was kind of pots and pans, aluminum cans, everything goes in it, but not everything does go in it. There
That's
are
right.
some issues we've had with people they even found grenades, I think, and handguns. And,
right. And we have to call the sheriff's office more often than you'd think. But a couple things that we don't want in recycling bins include propane tanks. You would be surprised how many propane tanks people toss in there.
No, I'm not, but folks at home probably would.
Yeah, you're probably right. Rechargeable batteries. Those lithium batteries cause fires all the time, not only in our machinery, but also Waste Pro's trucks. Yeah. And we got to keep as many of those on the road as we have.
Absolutely. Plastic bags, Publix bags, I know are another huge concern.
Yes, and the plastic bags, that's kind of twofold. When the plastic bags come to our facility, they're processed, but they get too dirty in the process to actually be recycled. And then on top of that, they gum up the machines.
So that's where that WRAP campaign that you talked about before, right?
Absolutely, yes. And you can find all those locations on our website as well.
Yeah, I know some of them are City Hall, and of course, some of those places don't have the foot traffic that they used to either.
That's true.
Because of COVID-19.
That's
but
true.
A lot of retail stores will take them back now. The big box stores have places set up and that you can bring those in.
Yes, and I know Publix also has the locations out front of most of their stores as well.
And personally, my family has gone to the tote bags. We try not to even use the plastic bags anymore. And
right.
I make a financial punishment if I forget to bring my tote bag in. I force myself to buy a new one. So money is a good motivator.
Yes,
if I have
absolutely.
to spend money, then I don't forget the next time I go into the store. We always try to bring those in. But anything else we didn't get to mention before we wrap up the show, or save time for Waste Pro here?
I think so. I think that pretty much covered it. Any questions, they can call our office.
I was going to say, if folks do have concerns, hey, my garbage didn't get picked up, and I know we'll get into this with Waste Pro too. Sometimes people will say the driver didn't even come, and a lot of there are cameras and GPS on all those trucks, so they can go back and double check.
Yes, and I know Waste Pro is actually running a little later than usual too. So sometimes if your garbage is normally picked up at 4 and it's not, then maybe just give it a couple hours.
Sure. All right. Well, anything else you want to get? You want to plug the phone number and the website for folks?
Yeah. So www.stluciecountyrecycles.com, and our number is 462-1768.
Great. And again, trim those trees now and follow the rules too as we get into hurricane season. Because if we do get a storm, it's important that garbage gets separated correctly out by the curb. I know we just did our hurricane debris drill. Although I kind of tuned out because I feel like I've done this every year for 15 years now. I'm sorry, but I know what we're supposed to do. But
yes, so if we do get a hurricane comes our way after the storm, what you need to do is keep all of your debris separated. Keep your yard waste separate from your construction and demolition debris, separate from your regular garbage.
Goods, yeah.
Yes.
And don't stack them in front of fire hydrants and power poles, because those clam trucks have to come in, and if they can't get to, they don't want to take out a power line or a fire hydrant just to pick up the garbage. So,
absolutely.
Rebecca, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to talk more about solid waste with our vendor, Waste Pro. Welcome back to Inside St. Lucie. I'm your host, Eric Gill, and I'm joined now by Harvey Cotton with Waste Pro. Thank you so much for joining us today.
I appreciate you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak on behalf of Waste Pro, Eric.
I'm sure you guys are a little busy during this COVID time. Probably not like hurricane season as we're getting into it. But you've been through some busy times before with St. Lucie County. And Waste Pro is the official contracted hauler, so they're not our employees. But, you work under contract for us. And, as Rebecca and I mentioned, people have been home some of them for the last 3 months now.
Yes, sir.
Kids, not in school, so creates a lot more garbage and probably put an extra strain on your staff.
First and foremost, I would like to apologize to the citizens of St. Lucie County for some of the delays that we've had in some of our service. With this pandemic, it's been a challenging time. Also, for us, we had the stay-at-home orders that we've had to deal with, and like you mentioned, people are at home for 3 months. So what that's done is created a surge for our tons, and we've had an extraordinary amount of tons for our trash, recycle, and yard waste. So people are home; they're going to be creating those tons. And
sure, nothing better to do trim those trees now, which is good to do before hurricane season.
That's right.
Put an extra strain on your guys. Now, What kind of protocols did you have to change to comply? Because normally you probably have, what, at least 3 drivers in a truck?
We have a driver and a helper, or some teams, or driver teams. So most of the time we do have 2 people in a truck. And with the COVID stuff, we've strictly adhered to the CDC recommendations. So we have not had any infections, if you will, at our location. We've had some folks that have traveled, and then when they return, they have to quarantine for 14 days and do some other things, make sure that they're negative and stuff like that before we bring them back. So we provide extra PPE, all kinds of things just to make sure that we're keeping the folks safe as well as the general public.
Both St. Lucie County and Waste Pro have tried to embrace technology as we can. I know Rebecca and I talked about it a little bit. I know you guys have cameras now, GPS, so when people say, he was speeding down my street or he missed my neighborhood, you guys can probably pull up some, let's go to the tape and review that, right?
Yeah, let me address a few of those things,
sure,
if you don't mind. So the company has spent $3 million on a system called Third Eye. Okay, and that Third Eye has capabilities of GPS, cameras, which cover 360 degrees of the truck, and as well as inside the truck. Okay, so we utilize that information to, if there's a safety incident, we can go to the root cause and really figure out what happened and address it, and take care of the situation. We know what happened. It may have to deal with some other stuff later.
Sure.
So another good point to that system is GPS tracking. So we can look at it and see if the driver had been down that street, and we can utilize that information to verify service or to take the information and utilize it to improve service. So if the driver may be doing the route incorrectly, we can look at it and improve service, improve performance.
Efficiency, sure, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's a very powerful tool. We're utilizing a lot of the aspects of it. There are more that are available on the system, but we are utilizing it and really making sure that our team uses the equipment and the service to its full potential, and to really improve performance, and if there are any discrepancies, that we put fixes in place.
And I'm sure it helps with the training opportunities too, to say, hey, look, here's where we could have done better, not just for that team, but across the board. Everybody can go back and look at it.
Yes, sir. Yeah. We do perform safety meetings, and we show videos quite often. And everyone is aware that if we do show a video and it's not something the driver or helper is too proud of, we make sure they understand it's for training purposes.
Sure. It's not
and everybody knows that. So we're doing a lot of great things safety-wise, and we've had some great trends this year over here at Waste Pro.
Yeah, and I've seen on Twitter especially, recruitment is up. So have you guys been down? Has it been a struggle to get new drivers? Or are you increasing drivers, or is it just everybody struggles with turnover at some point, whether it's the workforce is aging out or
So Eric, on that, there are a few aspects to that. Okay, with the growth in the county and the general area, okay, we're growing just because of the growth also. Sure. So, and we are improving the culture at Waste Pro to make sure that we're providing the greatest service possible for the municipalities. So it's created some turnover. I will say that. So some challenges that we've gone through. So we're doing some creative things in regards to promoting folks. We have a program called Cohort, if you will. It's where we take our helpers and really work with them, provide them or have them get their CDL, and then we work with them and where they get their permit, and then we work with them so they can get their CDL. In fact, tomorrow I'm going over to Orlando. We're going to have 2 folks that are being promoted from our litter crew, another municipality, and they're going to be obtaining their driver's licenses tomorrow. So we're really trying to grow from within.
Sure.
But we've a lot of people are having a hard time staffing their location. So we don't. It's no different for us.
Sure.
Okay. So, but the other thing, it's a difficult job. So it's hard to get some of those folks to come in and jump on the back of that truck and want to do it 10, 12 hours a day. And we're doing some other things about that. We've created some part-time positions, and where it's a little more manageable.
Okay.
So a lot of different things that we're trying and doing to improve the situation for ourselves and for the county as well.
Yeah, you mentioned that being a difficult job, and I remember there's a local reporter for TC Palm that when the first stories are coming out about garbage being behind and pickups being behind, and she followed a Waste Pro crew through Port St. Lucie one day, and she said to me, I have a whole new appreciation for what these guys have to go through on a daily basis.
Yeah, and you mentioned that, and it just puts a smile on my face thinking about our crew. We have a wonderful, incredible team over there, and it was nice to see her recognize that. And a lot of people don't understand this particular industry is the 6th most dangerous occupation in the country. Okay, so you couple that with a 6-hour work week or 6-day work week. Yep. Okay, couple that with the South Florida sun, the heat.
Yeah.
The humidity, okay, the pop-up thunderstorms,
Sure.
okay. When you couple all that together, that just makes it a very, very difficult, hazardous job. Yeah. And these are regular, normal folks out there doing it day in, day out. And I'm telling you, Eric, with a smile on their face.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's really cool. And they deserve our respect and appreciation.
Absolutely.
They're doing a job, they're doing an essential job for the citizens of St. Lucie County and the other municipalities also.
Absolutely. I think about roads like Indian River Drive, where that's a narrow road to begin with, and you got impatient people wanting to pass, and a guy hanging off the back of that truck just doing his job, like you said, it puts their lives at danger sometimes.
We try and take that information, and a little before my time did a little analysis when the best time, the least busiest times in those areas. So we try and service at that time.
Schedule the pickups on those days.
Yes.
Genius, yes. Again, using technology and data to drive your decisions. That's great. And speaking of that Indian River Drive, and storm season is coming up on us, and I know in the past too, that's always a challenge sometimes. If we do get a storm, that's the other complaints we get. All these downed trees, they get picked up, but people don't realize there's been like millions of cubic yards of tree debris that had to get picked up from one end of the county to the other. And I know we've got strategic debris management sites to take this stuff to, but you may not always have the trucks, because if a storm comes in and hits from Miami up, or not directly, but you could have 13 counties all impacted. The demand on those resources it makes it difficult for you guys, right?
Correct. And the good thing about Waste Pro is we do have other locations located throughout the southeastern portion of the United States. So when incidents like that do occur, we do have other divisions that free up their assets to help out with those situations. So that's one good thing about being the largest trash company in Florida as well.
And what advice would you give to residents to make y'all's job easier? Rick and I talked about it. Don't stack tree limbs in front of a fire hydrant or right below a power pole, things like that, or street light. What other things can they do to help make it easier?
Okay. Well, I appreciate the opportunity to address this, because this is something that really helps us out. One of the first things that we'll really do to help is have your material to the curb by 7 a.m., please. And one reason for that is, again, we've added assets with the growth in the area. Okay, we're adding routes and all that stuff. So for 10 years, you may have had your trash being picked up at 10 o'clock in the morning every time for 10 years. Okay, when we're adding routes, now that part of your neighborhood may be on a different route. We may be picking you up at 8 o'clock instead of 10 o'clock. So again, we're being very dynamic on how we service the customers, but again, we want to be consistent. But in the meantime, while we're catching up through this COVID situation and getting back to normal, if you will, our normal schedule, there may be some changes, and it's best if you can have your material out there at that time. So another area that can help us is please bundle, containerize or bag the material also. So that way it's a safety situation for our folks out there, and if it's easily handled, it's easier to handle. And less opportunity for one of our folks to get injured. And like you said, as well, also if we can refrain from placing things close to mailboxes, poles, underneath overhead wires, especially if it's a grapple or a clam truck. Those cranes can get up to 30 feet in the air if necessary, and that's not how they're designed. If you have power lines above head or canopy trees, they're not able to operate. So you place those things away from those things.
Yeah.
So.
And what about, and I know sometimes we talked about people being home, doing extra cleaning of debris and trimming trees. If they know they've got an extra large pickup, it probably helps to give you guys a call, right?
It does, but it's not necessary. Our process is when we go out there, if we see a large pile, we notate it, we'll tag the pile, and then within 72 hours we'll have that picked up.
Yeah.
That's
well, especially after storm season, because I know we have to tag everything because we want to try and get that FEMA reimbursement. So.
Correct. So those are the practices that we have at Waste Pro. So we're trying to make things easy for the citizens where they don't. I know in the past that we had recommended them do that, and it's not necessary. Okay. So our goal is to make sure that the city in county areas, every location is cleaned up without citizens have to worry about it. That's our goal. We're not there yet, but we're definitely striving for that.
Absolutely. And just lastly, too, another thing that I know they can help you out is making sure you're putting the right materials in the right bins.
Yes.
Rebecca mentioned, not putting propane tanks in the recycling bin.
Yes.
I mean, because you guys have lost trucks over that. Luckily,
Yes.
no drivers have been injured, but I've seen some pictures and video of the size of these trucks melted, and it's amazing to me that it could cause that much damage.
Yeah, so some of the things that we do, unfortunately, that is part of our business, and just recently it's continuous training. What we do with what we call hot load, if there's a load inside a truck, or just making sure that if there's a fire, how to put it out. The PASS technique, and I'm not going to bore you with that, but it's continuous training that we do with all of our folks, not just the drivers but the helpers also. So we don't have a situation where we burn down a $400,000 asset or somebody's house or somebody's pine tree, anything. We want to avoid any property damage, any other damage out there.
Yeah, and I just want to say I know Waste Pro's been a huge community sponsor for a lot of programs. You all gave us a sponsorship for the recent United Way golf tournament and chili cook-off. You guys usually step up and write checks for us, so we appreciate that. And Rebecca and I should have touched on this, and I glanced over, but when we talked about the recycling program, a lot of that money comes right back to St. Lucie County and the city of Port St. Lucie. I think the city of Port St. Lucie got close to $1 million last year. I look off camera to make sure I'm hitting that mark, but those monies do come back to the residents of St. Lucie County to help keep the bill on their tax bill for the waste or for the garbage pickup down by recycling properly.
Correct, and so I'll address a couple of those things. Some of the things that we're doing, and when we get the certificate of occupancy, we're taking that information and we're being proactive in delivering recycled carts as the folks close their house. So that way I'm not saying forcing, but we are. We're helping people. We're helping people recycle and help the environment. And it's one less thing they have to do. Also, they get the keys to their house. Hey, you get a shiny new Waste Pro recycle card also. Right on. Okay,
we'll hopefully keep the life of that landfill going a little longer because they're not easy to permit or build or
absolutely
or cheap for that matter. So
correct.
So.
Correct.
Anything else we didn't get to mention? I know, as you said, you recognize that there are some challenges with the demand and pickup and some drivers, and so residents have complaints. Where should they go?
So there are a couple areas that they can go. They can call our office at 772-595-9390. That's one area that they can go. They can also go through stlucie.org and go through. They can go through the website.
St. Lucie also has a page.
Correct, and then you link to the solid waste division, and then there's it's a software program called Track Easy. Okay, so once the information gets in there, it goes straight to the supervisor. It's in the field, and that person is going to be able to take care of that situation a lot sooner than because
you just call a county commissioner. That you still call your county commissioners, but we prefer go right to the source so we can address it.
Correct, and we have improved some things over there at Waste Pro, and I'm really excited about it. We have a good team, great team out there, so we'll be able to address your concerns and take care of what needs to be taken care of. And again, we're really building on doing things properly the first time to where you don't have to make that call.
Awesome.
And eventually soon there's going to be a Track Easy app that you'll be able to download on mobile apps in the next few weeks.
Sure.
So we're still working through that
Yeah.
to make things easier.
Yeah, there's a lot more. Apps have gotten harder, I think, to develop between ADA compliance and mobility. You got to make sure it's all the different devices and platforms. So,
Correct.
yeah, good luck with that. And yeah, I know it's coming along great. And just real quick, we're running short on time. Anything you want to tell the folks at home? If the people are looking for a job, unemployment rates are up. Where can they go to maybe get a career with Waste Pro?
Thank you. Appreciate that. So you can go to WasteProUSA.com, and we have positions posted on there. And again, as I mentioned earlier, we can help start at the lower, I won't say lower level.
Sure. But not everybody has a CDL,
correct,
commercial driver's license.
And again, we go out of our way to help develop our folks and provide you a career. Okay. Over here at our location, we treat ourselves like a family, and I truly enjoy it. So I do want to tell the citizens that we appreciate being in business with you, and we expect to continue to improve the great relationship that we've had in the past, develop it even further in the future.
Awesome, Harvey. Well, thanks so much for taking the time out. Again, we'd shake hands, but we'll keep it sanitary. All right. Thanks for coming on the show.
Appreciate it.
Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break, but before we do, we're going to check in with some emergency management preparations that have recently taken place out at the St. Lucie County Fairgrounds.
Hurricane season is here, and like almost everything else in 2020, preparation will require extra caution due to the coronavirus pandemic. Florida Power and Light performed a power restoration drill recently to see how it can restore power within social distancing guidelines. The St. Lucie County Fairgrounds is one out of 100 sites throughout the state that FPL can activate within 20 hours to serve as a local hub for power restoration efforts for areas that experience severe damage in the aftermath of a hurricane. The staging sites provide workers with support services, including a place to sleep, shower, eat, park their trucks, and obtain materials needed.
So we're going to have people that we've never really had in large numbers on sites before, like doctors and nurses, a variety of different medical personnel, folks like Lola and Keisha, who are behind me here, who are going to be making sure that everybody who comes on site, that their temperature is checked, and we also, if somebody is identified as potentially being infected, that they're tested even further and the treatments occur.
FPL says staging sites are a crucial function in restoring electricity to customers after a hurricane. With the COVID-19 pandemic expecting to still be in our community throughout most, if not all, of hurricane season, St. Lucie County will make changes to its sheltering and emergency management plans. Some of those changes might include temperature checks and health screenings before entering a shelter, wearing masks inside shelters, opening additional shelters to comply with social distancing guidelines, and other changes that will be communicated prior to opening facilities. Residents should remember that public shelters are a place of last resort. If you live in a home that is not in a mandatory evacuation area or in a low-lying area that's prone to flooding, you may consider sheltering in place, evacuating the county, or staying with a friend or family member in a more secure structure. However, most protective measures for hurricane season still apply. Be sure to have enough food, water, and medicine for at least 3 to 5 days. If you have medical special needs or would need to seek shelter at the county's pet-friendly shelter, be sure to pre-register at www.stlucieco.gov/EOC.
We hope you've enjoyed this edition of Inside St. Lucie, and I hope you'll tune in again next month. If you have topics or subjects you'd like to see covered here on the program relating to St. Lucie County government, give us a call at 772-462-1791 or send us an email at pio@stlucieco.org. And if you'd like to be added to our press release distribution list, send us an email at that address. If you'd like to see previously aired episode of this or other SLC TV programs, visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/stluciegov. For myself and the staff, I'm Eric Gill. Thanks for watching.